Hello, this is Myra Elaine on the Buying Space channel. Today I'm reading from Psalms chapter 44 for the director of music of the sons of Korah, Amalaskal. We have heard it with our ears, O God. Our ancestors have told us what you did in their days, in the days long ago. With your hand you drove out the nations and planted our ancestors. You crushed the peoples and made our ancestors flourish. It was not by their sword that they won the land, nor did their arm bring them victory. It was your right hand, your arm, and the light of your face, for you love them. You are my King and my God, who decrees victories for Jacob. Through you were pushed back our enemies. Through your name we trample our foes. But I put no trust in my bow. My sword does not bring me victory, but you give us victory over our enemies. You put our adversaries to shame. In God we make our boast all day long, and we will praise your name forever. But now you have rejected and humbled us. You no longer go out with our armies. You made us retreat before the enemy, and our adversaries have plundered us. You give us up to be devoured like sheep, and have scattered us among the nations. You sold your people for a pittance, gaining nothing for their sale. You have made us reproach our neighbors, and the scorn and derision of those around us. You have made us a byword among the nations. The people shake their heads at us. I live in disgrace all day long, and my face is covered with shame and all the taunts of those who reproach and revile me. Because of the enemy who is bent on revenge, all this came upon us, though we had not forgotten you. We had not been false to your covenant. Our hearts had not turned back. Our feet have not stayed from your path. But you crushed us and made us a haunt for the jackals. You covered us over with deep darkness. If we had forgotten the name of our God, or spread out our hands to a foreign God, would not God have discovered it, since he knows the secrets of the heart? Yet for your sake we face death all day long. We are considered as sheep to be slaughtered. Awake, Lord, why do you sleep? Rouse yourself. Do not reject us forever. Why do you hide your face and forget our misery and oppression? We are brought down to the dust. Our bodies cling to the ground. Rise up and help us. Rescue us because of your unfailing love. Wow, what a dark time in the history of Israel. And there have been many brilliant and growing and blessed times for the nation of Israel. And there have been many times that also there's been destruction of Israel. And there is actually a theological study or ongoing theory. Well, it's not a theory. It's right in the Bible. You can see it over and over, where Israel has grown and been blessed as they followed God. And then when they didn't follow God, they were trampled in the dust, as this psalm said. But in this psalm, they're saying, wouldn't you know if we had worshipped another God? This psalmist is saying, we know what you did for our forefathers, but now you've abandoned us. And he goes on to say, we haven't done anything to deserve that, because we know how this works. If we follow you and we're close to you, you bless us. And if we commit sin and go on a different path, or worship a foreign God or a different God besides you, Yahweh, we're punished. It's called the cycle of disobedience, and it's well known in theology. I mean, you don't even have to be a theologian student to see that pattern over and over in the Bible. But here we have a time in history when they were following God. They were worshiping Yahweh. They were doing all the things they were supposed to do. Do you ever have a time like that in your life, your Christian path? And what do people say to you? What do people say to you when you're a Christian and things are going wrong in your life? Oh, you must not have faith, Myra. You must not have faith. You must not be a real Christian. Or you've got some sin in your life that you've not confessed, or you're not facing. They assume that you're not on God's path, that you're not part of God's plan. What about Job? Job never did know why God put him through all he put him through. That book, if you read it wrong, it's so frustrating, because poor Job keeps trying and trying, and he's never blessed. And his friends come up and say to him, you must have done really something wrong.